Are my lips shiny?
No, they look nice.
Cool. Well, all right. Okay, saw me out. We got company.
No, go ahead. Don't mind me. Don't mind
Yeah,
me.
don't mind me.
No, I'm just
Yeah,
I'm just here with some coffee.
I just want you to know we are rolling.
Hey, why does it? Hey, why does it always sound? Why does it have to sound hypothetically like you're in pain masturbating?
Oh, just sound like it hurts. Like, why would it sound like it hurts? It's the last time.
It's like it hurts.
Right.
So,
You're like, like this is a rough, like this is a strain on it. You always got that eye to tweak it to go in like
always. So let's talk. Let's take it to the beginning, man.
Yeah.
You are a professional wrestler outside of being a comedian. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, man. People wonder why the hell am I so big? I just recently got back this size. Thank God. It's
Congratulations.
Better. Thank you. It's better than it's actually better than what I was, but I've always liked it since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Of course. You know, growing up, loving wrestling on the South Side of Chicago.
South side. First of all, who's from the North Side? Like nobody is ever from the North Side of Chicago.
It's a few people, like 8. But and they moved.
Yeah.
But like everybody migrates to the north side. Most people from the south side, the burbs, western suburbs. But yeah, you rarely hear anybody. You're from the north side.
Never. Or the east or the. I hear west.
Well, you'll hear
I
west.
never
Yeah, you'll hear the
north.
west side. East side, you'll hear south side. But everybody, nobody's like, I'm from the north side.
From
You're
the
like,
north side of Chicago. Like I want to hear you get into an argument with a guy. Be like, hey fam, I'm from the south side of Chicago. You be like, I'm from the north.
side.
Okay?
And I believe I'd probably walk off after that because he would do that face too.
So think about it.
Before you make your next words and your next statement. But nah, so we used to always wrestle in my grandma. It was me, my mom, my younger brother, my 2 uncles, my grandma. But all the kids, we would wrestle in front of my grandmama's lawn, in her lawn. And my grandmother used to get pissed.
That's some soft grass.
She's like, but here's the thing, we had no gate. So our Royal Rumble was if you got thrown to the concrete, you were out.
Oh, you out though.
You out though, like
You literally.
Hey, no, you ain't out because you bounce back up. You got that adrenaline. But she used to always be like, why can't y'all play in somebody else's grass? So, that never happened. But as I got older, one of my best friends, who's still my friend to this day, he had joined Windy City Pro Wrestling. And he was like, I joined Windy City. You should come down and check it out. So I was like, cool, let's go. Went down there, talked to Sam DeCero, who was running Windy City at the time. He was like, yeah, it's going to be $2,500. I was like, I just won't be training. Because he's like, matter of fact, he said it was going to be only $2,500. I was like, I only won't be training.
Like he's cutting you a deal.
Like it's a deal. But the deal was if you dropped 2,000 at one time. That's the deal. So it's 2,500 over an amount of time, 2,000 at once. So it's like, I won't be doing it. So like maybe 6-7 months later, he quit. He had quit Windy City.
Wait, so 4,500 overall?
No.
Just the 2,500
It's
overall.
20, right.
But you got to drop too.
You pay 2,500 if it's over time.
Oh.
If you pay at one time,
then it's just 2.
Then it's just 2.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? So after that, like I said, my boy quit maybe like 6-7 months later and joined another company. And he was like, it's only $40 a month to train. So I was like, all right, cool. So I started training, and I remember my first fire drill. And every wrestler knows what that is. That's when you are a rookie and you taking every move in repeat from every wrestler that's there. And it's 9 times out of 10 veterans who've been in this business. Not 3-4 year vets, like 7, 8, 9, 10 year vets. And it's literally see if you're tough enough.
Yeah.
Because you can't just go into that business and be like, man, I can handle it. Somebody hit you and you be like, so, went through that. And I'll never forget my first gimmick. Here we go. I wrestled barefoot in face paint and a dashiki.
You wow.
Yeah, man. It was a member of the Zulu Nation. And And so I was wrestling barefoot, and then after a while, that stopped. And I remember my tag partner, he was like, yo, we're going to switch the gimmick up. I was like, cool. He said, we're going to wear kufis. And I was like, okay. And he was like, you need a new wrestler name, though, because I was Akbar Ali. I was like, that was the most thing in Africa I could think of.
That's not a bad name.
It's not a bad name. So I thought about that. And
the outfit was trash.
Bro, the dashiki was horrid. It wasn't even new beauty supply store dashikis you see, bro. It was like, it should be old school, but at the same time, somebody was trying too hard. So then
the
kufi, man, got the kufi and that. And he was like, you need to change your name. He was like, I'm going to call myself Rage. He's like, what you going to call yourself? And I was like, I don't know. I'm on the phone with him that night, flipping through channels, and Trauma Life in the ER was on. So I was like, Trauma. And so was Rage and Trauma. Still a little bit smaller dude, wrestling and stuff. Then all of a sudden I tagged up with my buddy who became one of my legendary tag partners, Willie the Bomb Richardson. We became a member of Team Damn It. and we started wrecking shop throughout the entire Midwest. People were bringing us into companies just to whoop people's asses.
Nice.
But no, because the points, like, we was driving 3-4 hours. We was like, we just don't want to whoop nobody and leave. Like, fam, I want to match at least. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're talking about you would literally have to come in, beat him up, and that's it.
And that's it.
I thought you meant like we come in, wreck shop, 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
I get you.
no. If it was that, it wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be an issue. So we had that, and then it all of a sudden became me, Willie, Marche Rocket, former Impact star, and Acid Jazz, C-Red, and Diamond, and we became collectively known as the Soul Touchers. And then we started doing things at Chikara, which is still a legendary company to this day, IWA Mid-South, Elite Pro, Dragon Gate, so many different things. And then come like 2009, 2008, 2009, I ended up having a neck injury because I started taking a lot of crazy bumps.
Yeah.
I was working Corporal Robinson, big in JCW, Juggalo Championship Wrestling. One of my friends, he was like, yo, what you want to do? And I was like, let's do it all. So I was taking kendo stick shots straight to the dome, steel chair shots. And luckily, I was working at a chiropractic company in the medical billing.
Luckily.
And we got free chiropractic services.
That is luck.
And so I went in for my first time ever, and I remember the chiropractor was a black woman. She literally hit me with this. Come here for a second. Come here for a second. Looked at my x-ray and pointed to it. Was like, you see that? I was like, yeah, my neck looks straight, look good. She was like, your neck is supposed to bend like a backward C. Yours is almost completely straight up and down. She said, I don't know what you're doing, but whatever it is, you need to stop because your vertebrae are fused. I was like, that sounds like Kurt Angle.
Ooh, yeah.
Austin. So luckily it hadn't got that bad. She taught me some physical therapy things that I could do myself to get the curve back on my neck. But also, stand-up started happening. And so then it became this whole, I can do 20 minutes on stage and the most I might need is a Gatorade. Whereas opposed if I do 20 minutes in the ring, I need a nap for a day.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so stand-up started happening, and then that opened the door to acting and everything. And then I moved out here, been out here like 4 years, and then all of a sudden, I remember watching All Out. I don't know why it was All Out. I have no idea why it was AEW's All Out. Because I stayed watching the business. I got friends in it, friends who are in WWE, Impact, everything.
Yeah.
But it was something about All Out. I was like, I'm back. So I started training again, back in the ring, and then started getting myself back into shape. And I'm in better shape than I've ever been in.
Congrats.
Thank you, because I lost 160 pounds in the course of a year. You know, I'm physically better. Yo, my clothes, bro, this is a 2XL hoodie. Do you think last year I couldn't wear this?
Hey, man.
I'm wearing a size 38 jeans. I was
Come
like,
on now.
That's going straight to the rack. I was like, this is 36, this is 38.
Yep.
Let me get that.
Uh-huh.
And so, but being back in the ring has been great because it's made me realize I can still do this and even better than what I thought I was.
Yeah.
And so when a lot of people be like, wait, you're a pro wrestler? I was like, yeah. They were like, I never heard that. I was like, I always used to tell y'all I was a wrestler. Why do you think I tell y'all I know these people?
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, you must have just been a fan. I was like, no. Like, I'm in the business. So I know them. I don't talk to them like a mark, for lack of better words.
Yeah.
I talk to them as, these my homies.
Yeah.
You know, you did some videos with a couple homies, and I'm like, yo, them my boys.
Yeah.
Like, it's that. And so it's good because now it's like the doors, if I choose to try to go further with it, the doors are open to so many different places.
Yeah.
And it helps now being out here doing what I do with the nerd world and on the internet and everything. It helps me have a name already.
Yeah.
Because that's changed the game completely.
Changes everything.
That's changed the game. Like, back in the day, they wanted to have to make you the star.
Right.
They wanted to make you the star. You couldn't come in with a name and people knowing you. Now, if you got a name and people know you, they're willing to take a chance on you and to further develop you from there. So, yeah, man, that's how the wrestling journey has been.
So now you bring up the other avenues, stand-up, acting, the nerd world.
Yes.
Let's have this conversation. The last time we talked,
Yeah.
we were talking, and I said to you, I said, listen, Jay, I'm having a great time doing your podcast. The Crisis of Infinite Earths is coming. And they're doing it in 3 parts, and then they're going to take the break, come back with 2 parts.
Yeah.
I say, brother, I want to talk to you after it's all done.
Yep, I remember that.
Some things have changed. Because
What's changed?
I watched the first 3 parts.
Okay.
And I said, I got to talk to Jay. Like, I can't have this conversation with people because they don't know what's up.
Right.
And you know, so now, what are your thoughts on Crisis so far?
For them, and by them I mean the CW.
Yeah.
To take a TV show.
Yep.
To take TV shows and incorporate the entire DC world.
Yes.
Not just DC TV shows, but DC film, DC animated. To do all that is a feat amongst itself.
Yeah.
And like when it comes to crossovers, everybody was like, yo, and bringing together Avengers Endgame, which is massive, which was a major accomplishment. But this is bigger than that.
This is.
And also, like, people were watching certain episodes, and they were like, well, I didn't like this. And I had to remind them, even though this is a collective thing, every show keeps its same theme.
Yes.
So, like, the first episode was the Supergirl episode. It kept its theme. The second one is Batwoman, which, it kept its theme. The third one was Flash, which everybody was like, I rock with this.
Yeah.
The fourth one is Arrow. The fifth one is Legends. So, like, I love what they're doing. I don't know if you saw, like I told, I don't know if you saw it. I got to hang with Mark Guggenheim to watch the Flash episode at his crib. Which, by the way,
did not see that. Congrats.
Sir, let me tell you something. First of all, I was like, life is weird. Like, I'm sitting in one of the creators of the shows I love, home with a bunch of stars that are on the show. Like LaMonica Garrett, who plays the Monitor. And Anti-Monica, he there. I'm like, okay, cool. But he knows that a couple other my homies. So it was like, okay, so you cool if you cool with that.
Right.
David Ramsey from Arrow is a buddy of mine. So Dave was like, what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? Rick Gonzalez is there from Arrow. A couple of the writers from Supergirl, Flash, Black Lightning who know me. And they're like, what's up, Jay? And I'm just here. I'm like, all of y'all are part of this universe and this world. And I'm honored in a sense to be amongst this.
Yeah.
And then to sit there and talk to Guggenheim and pick his brain. And he was like, what do you do? I was like, well, I'm a stand-up comedian and an actor. He was like, oh. And then again, my friends are gassing me up to him, which I'm like, y'all ain't got to, but thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not asking you to do that.
Yeah.
And for him to be like, yo, we got to get you to Vancouver, I almost came in my pants. I was like, okay, so let's make that happen. Yeah, like we was talking about before we started. So, that was a major thing for me, but it was just surreal. Like I said, whether it comes to fruition or not, just to be in that environment and being the nerd that I am. And having those worlds open up to me and be like, yo, you like family. And I'm like, yo, is this the Olive Garden? Because like this is dope.
I'm here. I am
family. You know what I'm saying? So this is dope. But man, it's been great. So I love what they're doing. I told a few people, because I knew he was dying the first hour, being Oliver Queen, spoiler alert. Like, I knew it
if they ain't saying it now, they're not fans.
I knew it was happening. And I told somebody, it was like, that's not going to happen. It was like, why would they do that? I was like, because everybody already knows it's going to happen. Get it out the way.
You're right. But the first episode.
That's perfect, though.
Second one, I'm like, I can accept it more.
The issue I had was the death wasn't as climactic as it should have been.
That's my point.
That was the issue I had. Like, this is supposed to parallel Tony Stark's sacrifice in Endgame.
Yeah.
And the thing was, it didn't have
the stakes weren't as high.
They weren't as high yet. And so I was like, what you tried to give, you didn't deliver. Especially when you show his body after he'd been teleported and it's just his face looking like he'd been punched 8 times. Like, if these shadow demons then whooped his... I know we got hella nerdy. Like, if these shadow demons then whooped on him...
Yeah.
Like, I want the suit torn up. Because if you're not wearing it anymore, tear the suit up.
Good point.
Tear the suit up. Have it look like he just been through hell in a handbag. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my grandmother, rest in peace. You know that hell in a handbag statement? Like... So it's like... Make it look like that. Give me that.
Yeah.
And it didn't. And I was like, again, this is a Supergirl episode, but...
Yeah, okay. So, in order, watching episode 1, the first 45 seconds.
Oh, it came out the gate, and told you.
I said, is this what we're doing? Let me tell you something, man.
When you saw
to
Robert
see
Wolf,
Knox.
Yeah, to see Knox.
From
Batman.
Earth 89.
Yes.
And then you take me to that Michael Keaton Batman universe. It also, and before I finish this point, it showed every Earth, no matter what the Earth was, no matter what the time period, when we watched it, they made you believe that this is all concurrently happening.
It's simultaneously happening.
And I love that.
Yes, I did
so
too.
to say Earth 89 with Michael Keaton's universe is going on at the exact same time Arrow is, to show me Earth 66 with Burt Ward and Adam West Batman going on at the exact same time, and then to show me, you mean you have the audacity, you have the gall to show me the Birds of Prey.
in episode 2.
What? Like, that was such a deep cut. Now let's also discuss. I love the crossover. Mm-hmm. I love everything that you said because it went to the theme of each show. Mm-hmm. I have one complaint about the entire thing.
Okay.
But I loved seeing Tom Welling at least get the cameo and the spotlight cameo. I wanted to see him in the suit.
I told what I tell you.
I know.
I told you. And when you recorded Mad Titan with me, and I said, I'm letting y'all know in this episode he will not have on the suit. And everybody kept telling me.
I still have faith.
I know you did. I know you did. You was like, he's gonna put on the suit, and I was like, he will not have on the suit. And what happened? He did not put it on.
Put that suit on.
He actually. So here's a little behind the scenes news. He's the reason we don't have more cameos.
What do you mean?
Because he took way too much money out the budget.
Oh.
Just to do that. Like, don't get me wrong. Without him, you don't have an Arrowverse.
You don't have an Arrowverse.
You don't have. I understand that, but he took all the money because Justin Hartley was supposed to be in it as the Green Arrow.
What?
Yes. So there was supposed to be other cameos, but all that money had to go to Welling. So then it was like, ooh, how do we get these other people? Because it's like you ask for a bunch of money to not really do much.
I for sure thought that Rosenbaum was going to be in it. Luther.
You thought they would do because it would make sense to do somewhat tease the council. Luther.
Yes.
But again, Rosenbaum, just as much as Welling, wanted a lot of money. Which again, I can't be mad at Rosenbaum.
Yeah, I'm not mad.
I can't be mad because it's like,
you got to get your bread.
You got to get your bread. Again, you two are primarily the reason we have this new universe. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but go ahead.
And so, okay, watching it, I'm like, okay. My only complaint that Rosenbaum was not in it. I will say this. I'm jumping all around. This is where I was like, woo! Because I've only seen maybe 3 or 4 episodes of this particular show that I'm about to mention.
Batwoman?
No. I've only seen 3 or 4 episodes of this particular show, and that show was Lucifer. So to see the Lucifer guy, I was like, oh, they're really going there.
Here's another thing.
Yeah.
I told people on Mad Titan for the longest, I was like, Lucifer will be there. Mm-hmm. I said, they're going to go to Lucifer's bar. Again, Lucifer not going to be there. I'm sitting here dropping gems on the podcast. And people are dropping spoilers where the people not believing me.
Yeah.
And then people started hitting me up, was like, yo, why is everything you said
coming true?
I was like, yeah. Because also, the cats from Krypton was supposed to be in there.
Oh.
In his bar.
Okay.
But the reason being is one of the stars of Krypton was going for a screen test some other places, so he didn't have the time to. But yeah, again, DC Comics, they connected everything.
To see the Titans was incredible. The only thing, though, I'm like, I know you had access to more Titans. And to only see 2 that
Robin
don't really interact.
Well, the Robin one I can deal with. Jason Todd's Robin is cool. Yeah. Hawk was one of the ones I was like, so you couldn't give me Brendan Thwaites? You couldn't give me Nightwing?
Yeah, you couldn't give it to me?
Like, you couldn't give me even Starfire or...
And I love Alan Richardson, but here's the thing. This is why the Alan Richardson thing was dope. Because Alan Richardson
was in Smallville as
also Aquaman.
He was
you getting 2 for 1.
Yes, I know.
If you're a real fan.
If you're a real fan, you understand that.
But I'm saying Robin was cool, but I would have loved to see Nightwing or Starfire or Dove.
Or Raven.
Or Raven.
Yep.
Give me Beast Boy.
You can't call him Beast Boy.
Yeah, what we got to call him? Just Gar.
Gar or Tiger. Tiger.
He's only being a tiger, bro.
Well, he was actually a snake in the beginning of season 2. Okay. When they were in Rachel's
You're right.
But the thing is, they say it's the budget. And I'm like, okay, listen.
I don't buy that.
Y'all put more money into the season, clearly.
Yeah.
So one of the key elements you need to put more money into is Beast Boy being...
Other beasts. You mean to tell me you can make Crypto fly, which is dope as hell, but you could not make him a dog?
You can make Superboy's, motions the same.
Superboy was impressive.
Very much so.
And you can't give Beast Boy another beast?
So, yeah. But I get what you're saying on that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they told you. They were like, listen. That was another thing. People thought all these cameos in the Crisis were going to be like these big, extensive cameos. Right. Everybody's like, oh, they're going to have these massive parts. Like, no. You're going, again, Huntress from Birds of Prey. You're going to watch her as her world disappears.
Yep.
And the dope part was she was like, Oracle, Barbara, do you hear me?
Right.
So, again, we got a lot. Whoop.
Got a lot. They said, I think it was Guggenheim specifically who said,
It's still some more.
we have a list of hundreds of things. If we get a chance to do 50, then we've had a chance to do 50 great things. Mm-hmm. So take me back to the party. What else happened?
So we're sitting there, and like I said, we're just talking about everything and just watching with the guys and the ladies and everything. And it's just amazing. And, just being in that energy. Writers who wrote on the show, who write on the shows, who help consult in crisis, who went up to Vancouver to do that, And I'm just like, look, I respect all what y'all do. I don't want a writer.
Yeah.
I need to be on that screen as a villain. Like, I need that. But also, I know how to CW cast.
Yeah.
If you look at their mode, it's the same thing. I'm like, hey, but if you can squeeze a brother in, like, if I got to
Squeeze a brother in.
Look, if I got to go to Atlanta, like, then I was even talking about going to, because he even said, or Atlanta, to go down to do Black Lightning.
Yeah.
I was like, well, maybe about that showrunner. He knows. But it's Atlanta.
Yeah.
Dudes my size, my build, are come a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I was like, hell, I will spirit flight myself down. Now, do you understand how serious it is? If I will spirit or jet blue myself to go.
Spirit or jet blue
myself. Bro, you know what I'm saying? But I get it. Like I said, it's only the hopes and whatnot. But the fact that I'm cool in that, environment, it actually is something that'll uplift your spirits.
Yeah, man.
Because, again, everybody talks about how out here you're always just trying to meet people to elevate your career, which is true. But you also meet genuine friends.
Yes.
I consider you that.
You are.
And I consider many other people that. And, again, to have it considered me as family, to use that word speaks volumes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because everybody like, oh, yeah, you're cool with us. You're family. And so that, to me.
Invited you over for Thanksgiving.
Hey, man, look, I'd have came. Hey, that man, when I tell you Mark Guggenheim ordered a food truck.
Oh, it was Thanksgiving? That's when you were
No. It was right before Thanksgiving.
I'm like, you're in. Keep going.
Let me tell you something. If I get a stocking on the man.
That's Jay's.
That's Jay's stocking.
He got his own stocking.
Everybody on the show like, I ain't even get it. Everybody on the show was like, I ain't even get it.
I ain't get his stuff.
I ain't get no stuff. But nah, it was like I said, it was cool. The coolest part was I tweeted about it.
Yeah.
And he tweeted me back and then followed me back. I was like, well, now I got to be professional on
Come
this.
on, man. You got to be.
Now I got to be.
I
was like, damn. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
But damn it, I can't be as ratchet as I want to be anymore.
No.
So, like, if I did, I've always done a thing whereas if I'm talking about something in a negative aspect, whether it be a movie or television show, I break down why I have those issues so it doesn't just seem like I'm ragging on.
Right.
But that was cool. Like I said, that was something that I never thought would happen.
Yeah.
And to have that happen has been amazing. This year has been a lot of trials and tribulations. The nerd world, has being a part of that. I never thought me reading comic books and drawing and just video games, all that growing up, would lead to anything like this. I thought it would just lead to, my fandom. I didn't know it would lead to people wanting to hear what I got to say. And like, yo, that's Jay Washington.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you sure it ain't another dude? Because for me, everybody's like, why are you trying to be modest? And I'm like, to me, it's still weird, for lack of better words. I'm grateful for it.
Yeah.
I'm grateful.
Yeah.
But it's like, this is surreal.
But that's what you have to keep. Listen, man, you're talking to the biggest Power Ranger fan in the universe, Mighty Morphin. And several other seasons that are incredible, but Mighty Morphin. So when I am at these comic conventions, the Power Ranger conventions, when I'm in the nerd world for talking about the 90s TV shows that I love, the cartoons and stuff, and these guys are able to relate to me because of that and still be a fan of mine outside of being a fan of mine, it's like, oh, wow, this is something that I always did foresee, but it's still crazy for the reality to happen.
Yes.
So for you, that's the joy. Like you never can let that go to where you're like, yo, this is dope. Because once you get to the point where you're like, ugh, then it's over.
Dude, I was at FanX this year in Salt Lake City. And that's when I got to do the Power Rangers panel.
Woo!
And so first of all, again, I'm 90s. I'm Mighty Morphin, Zeo, I'm Turbo to an extent. Even Space, you know what I'm saying? And then they were like, yeah, it's going to be Johnny Young Bosch, Catherine Sutherland,
the nicest,
Nakia Burrise, and Jason Font. And I'm like, Clayton.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
Right. And so they were doing signings at their booths.
Yeah.
And so before even the panel, I walked up to him. I just wanted to introduce myself.
Yep.
Just show him cool, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, with Jason, I was like, yo, you know my boy Clayton. He's like, yo, Clayton, like my brother.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, you real cool? I was like, yeah. So that got me the end.
He's family, man.
That's family.
Great
and so
guy.
then we had the panel and they all loved it and we were all laughing and joking
Yeah.
and everything. And I still, my kid in me was like, I'm interviewing them.
Come on, man. Listen, never, I'm 33. Never am I around the Power Rangers and I'm not 8 years old. I need you to understand that.
Yeah, no, I can completely.
My birthday this year, my birthday get together at the house. Walter Jones is at the crib. Mind you, Walter is family as well.
Walter, that dude.
Like I've known him for years, and every time I'm around him, I'm still like, this is Walter.
Austin St. John is that dude. Yo, I
Bro.
met. So they were doing 2 fan acts.
Yeah,
so I was
yeah.
there in April as well. So I met Austin and them. And Austin, me and Austin, we was kicking it. You know what I'm saying? We had the after party, chilling, everything. I'm like, again, this is what
Mind blowing.
Yo, like 9, 10-year-old me, 13-year-old me is like, are you seriously doing this right now?
It's almost like to this day, because Austin was the leader. To this day, like when I'm in conventions and I see Austin, I'm always, and everybody's about to leave, I'm always like, where do you want to go, Austin? Like he got to lead us. Where we gonna go?
You gotta be.
You gotta be. But bro, it's like every one of them. And I was RJ was at the party. I had RJ come record an episode. The Power Ranger actors, 98% of them are just as genuine off screen as they are on screen.
Are.
And I feel like the casting director has to, of each casting series and every film, they've had to be like, somehow get that essence from them.
That you'll fit in this family.
Yeah.
Because again, the biggest thing too is they're still close.
Yes.
20-something years later, they are, when I say close,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But for those listening who may not get it, like they are really family.
It's family.
Like they mean that.
They've been through struggles and journeys together. Like imagine, first of all, I assume like Power Rangers Beast Morphers are having a lush time on set. But compared to Mighty Morphin, they had to fight in those suits and they were sweating and they barely had stunt people.
It was 18 hours a day. They was barely getting paid. Now, like you said, now you hit the point where the Nickelodeon versions, you're comfortable.
Yeah.
You're spoiled, for lack of better words, in comparison to what they went through.
Yes.
To get there.
Sharing apartments together. I think Walter and Austin were roommates.
Yep.
And I'm like, I saw the toys that made us. Saban was making billions.
Hand over fist.
And they couldn't even get residuals, or they couldn't get part of the toy distribution with their face.
No.
Crazy.
So yeah, man. But I get, dude. So I like I said, the nerd world, I get all that.
Yeah.
And now when I go to first of all, when I went to San Diego Comic-Con, my first time when I moved here,
Mind blowing.
being there is great. I have anxiety to an extent, and I have a small condition I call too many niggas-itis. And it's like when it's too many, in the same place, I can't function as much as I want to.
Yeah.
But
That's funny.
it's the truth. And so, but it was cool. It was seeing all those people.
Yeah.
But then it was people stopping me walking down the street. Was like, yo, Jay Washington, I love what you do. And I'm like, thank you.
Yep.
I'm grateful, but it's like, it's weird. Because I'm at Comic-Con. There's these major celebrities here, these movie studios, you know what I'm saying? And then people stopping me on the street now. Like this year, people want to stop me on the street to take a picture.
Get a picture?
And I'm like, yeah, of course. But then everybody else got to look like, who is dude?
Who's my man?
Because I'm not in a costume or anything. I'm just in a regular Black Villains Matter or a certified supervillain shirt.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They're like, who's
that?
Who is dude? And so again, I'm grateful for it. It's so surreal.
Yeah.
And it's also crazy when I try to tell my kids, because I have a 16-year-old son and a 6-year-old daughter.
Which I didn't even know about the 16-year-old son until the picture. I'm like, and you got a son? I knew about the daughter.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So my son is crazy because my son, to him, both my kids, I'm dad.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. My son has friends who are fans of mine.
That's dope.
From the stuff I do on the internet. And they'll be like, yo, Jalen, that's your dad? And he'll be like, yeah, and? I'll be like, hey, man, can you at least show some enthusiasm about...
Hey, man.
Like, can you at least, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now because we have that type of relationship. And so it's just still crazy. It's amazing, and I'm grateful for it because of the nerd world.
Yep.
It keeps opening doors. I can go to casting directors to audition for TV shows and movies, and they're like, "Hey, Jay, what's up?" And I'm like, "Okay, you just talking because you know my name?
Yeah.
No, you know me from everything." And I'm like, "Oh." I had one casting director was like, "I see what you've been up to." I was like, I should have stopped being ratchet before Guggenheim. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, first of all, you should always stop being ratchet immediately because people see things that you don't even recognize or think that they would see. Tange and I were out at the mall to go see Uncut Gems. Have you seen it yet?
Not yet.
Oh, brother.
It's worth it. I keep hearing it's good.
You will be so invested that when what happens, you'll be like, yo, in that order. Anyway, so we're leaving the movie and we run into this director. She's amazing. She directed me on an episode I did of Insecure, right? So the way it even happened, we're going up the escalator and there were these two women going towards the escalator and we were like, yeah, go ahead. Y'all go ahead. And then it's like, they were white women. So I can't, and then we turn around and see this black woman. I'm like, I can't let them go and not let them go. I'm like, bam, here you go. And then she was like, hello, Clayton. And I was like, hey. Because I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like that is trying to register. And then she's like, I directed you on an episode of Insecure. I was like, Marta? She was like, yeah. I'm like, yo, how are you? And she's like, I'm good. She's like, I see you doing your thing and blowing up. And I'm like, I didn't even know you knew what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, bro, you don't know who sees what. Just because people don't like it or comment, oh, they see it.
So everyone knows, and I'll just be open.
Unless they don't, because you inviting somebody to a party and they don't see the invite because they
all of a sudden they didn't block your invite.
Right.
Because they're like, I'm tired of getting these invites from random people.
But some stuff they see. Keep going.
So I've been open as a black dude who suffers with severe depression and anxiety. And I've had casting directors who've reached out to my agent and my manager like, yo, is Jay okay? And my agent be like, why is such and such hitting? I was like, because I just put that up. Sometimes I want to be open about it. Because some people are like, why are you being open about it? Because I'm like, as a black dude, it's not a thing we hear unless we're celebrities.
True.
Like, we're considered somewhat celebrities, but these top tier celebrities are the ones that have to speak on it. So it's like, I want to let people to know that I'm fighting through this, and you may be too. So you're not alone dealing with it. But to have people like that reach out, and you're like, okay, all right. So it's so weird, but also it's amazing to see that it's not what everyone makes it out to be.
Yeah, man.
Because everyone makes it out to be being out here is everyone's just selfish for self. No one cares about you. No one cares about how you feel, what you're doing, personally, not professionally. And that can be dispelled easily.
Absolutely.
Easily. So like I said, but again, it goes back to the nerd world. They stood up for me and they really came out in force when I almost died last year.
What?
So I had last year around the Super Bowl, I got a sore throat. And long story short, the sore throat developed into an abscess that ruptured in my neck, almost completely closed up my epiglottis, and almost suffocated me to death. So they had to cut into my lymph nodes, drain pus and air out my neck, and give me an emergency tracheotomy.
Damn.
This was in February. So again, this happened out of nowhere, bro.
Yeah.
Throughout a week, it just started getting progressively worse. Couldn't swallow water, stuff like that. But I was in a hospital, and then again, I still was trying to make my way around. I'm freelancing. I need to work and do this money to make money, and I didn't know how long I was going to be out. One of the fans made a GoFundMe, and the nerd world and even friends and TV shows and movies donated, and I was like, this is surreal. Thank you. Like, it helped me out for a while, so I got back on my feet. Yeah. And the nerd world will come through for that. You know what I'm saying? If you give them something. Yeah. And that was one of the things, too. I always, like you and I are talking right now, and you've heard me be on the podcast. This is me. Yeah. This is me. So I'm not going to pull punches. Right. And so people who watch my videos, they be like, yo, you're a different type of dude. When I'm on Collider or whatever, you're not like everybody else. Right. No. Because I don't want to be. I'm not trying to fit a mold. I'm going to show you this is who I am. Yeah. Take it or leave it. And more so often than not, people are like, I respect and appreciate that.
Yeah. I am so glad that I made the comment about the invites that people not seeing certain things because I did not know you almost died. And I'd have felt like an asshole. Be like, yeah, because people see everything. And they'd be like, I almost died. I'd be like, aha. Yeah, so, man, I had no idea. First of all, that is an amazing testimony, and it's a blessing to be even healthier than you were a year ago and walking around.
Dog, between the period of being in the hospital and sick, I lost 41 pounds within like 8 days.
I know it's not the way you wanted to lose it.
But it was the crazy part was so much happened afterwards. My body chemistry changed. My stomach shrunk.
Yep.
And it was like I became vegan-ish. And people are like, what's vegan-ish? I'm like 98% the way there. Like chicken is delicious. So don't you judge me. But like changing my diet, changing the way I work out, changing my mindset. Like I can't even eat red meat. Bro, do you know how bad I want a hamburger?
Oh, man.
And
Get
like,
that impossible.
Hey, I can. However, I want to know what the ingredients feel like. I tried one when I was in Salt Lake City.
Oh.
And 3 minutes after I ate it, I had to throw it
out.
out.
Yeah.
But it was like, okay, so I know how to take better care of myself.
Yeah.
I know how to do things differently. And so all of that has really opened my eyes and really put a lot more in perspective because out of nowhere, my kids almost lost their dad. More
How
than
about
me.
that?
For me, it wasn't even about losing my life and, losing my career, as weird as this sounds. It was my kids almost sporadically lost their dad.
Yeah.
Off of a fluke.
Yeah.
And so, me giving honor to God is why I'm still here to this day because I wouldn't have been here without that. Again, it was weird. And you could check certain things on Facebook.
Man, the dad thing says, say this and then we'll go back to the light. Bro, I lost my father a couple years ago and I lost him to cancer. And it was like, when you see somebody going through something like that for so long, there were so many periods where I was like, man, I just want this to be over for him. But in the same breath, I don't want to lose my dad.
You don't want to lose him, yes.
And it's like you lose him, and it's like, I'm somebody who deals with sadness by ignoring it, which is not healthy. But I try to just push past, whereas...
You sound like me.
I'll still, like, sometimes get, like, every time I watch This Is Us, it's like, oh, it's a wrap. Cry City, I'm the mayor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But your father, just as important as a mother, but it's like men always go first, and it's like no kid should ever have to feel that too soon. It's never a right time, but,
My dad passed when I was 5. I remember the day my dad died vividly.
Damn.
Well, actually, I was 4.5. My dad died of a diabetic heart attack at 28.
Damn.
And I'll never forget, my mom was pregnant with my younger brother.
Yeah.
She was like 8 months pregnant. I remember the night she got the phone call. I remember my mother jumping up and down in the hallway. I remember going to the hospital, seeing my father there, dead. I remember touching the body, all that. I remember all of that moment. And then it was like my biggest worry was, I need to be here for my babies. My dad didn't get a chance. It wasn't like he didn't want to. He didn't get the chance to. Bless you.
Thank you.
He didn't get the chance
Yeah.
to. And so, that always worries me to be there. I lost my mom back in 2007. And so also I have no parents.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be the best parent. I don't have that guidance of what do I do in this situation? How
Right.
do I handle this? I have to learn everything basically myself.
Yeah.
And so I never want to be taken away from here. If it's my time, it's my time.
Yeah.
Without being able to make sure I fully instill stuff into my son and my daughter.
Yeah.
So that was the thing. So like that whole moment in itself scared me. So we can go back to the light stuff.
Oh, yeah.
This is gonna get kind of.
I will say this is something that me seeing what my sister's dealing with, because my sister was like my dad, like I'm the firstborn, but my sister lived with, like all she knows is my dad.
Yeah.
Like I lived with my mom and I would be with my dad every summer and weekends and stuff like that. But my sister was up on all the time. Make sure that you tell your children as they get older, as you get older, hey, listen, after I'm gone, I don't want you on no sad shit now. I want you to live. I know you love me, I love you, but don't be too sad to live your life.
Yeah,
Because a
absolutely.
lot of people lose people, and it's like you can't function. My mom lost her parents when I was a kid. This is 30 years ago, and it's still affecting. I'm like, man, when I have children, I want my kids to know, yo, I love you more than anything, but I don't want you to be sad too long after I'm gone to where it overcomes you. Because that's something.
Absolutely.
But now we talk about the game. You're single.
Yes.
Man, the whole time I'm hearing you were in the hospital, I'm like, damn, where are all the women?
Who you telling?
Damn.
Well, you know what? Again, it's weird because I hope you're okay. I hope you're good. One of my good friends who's a comic, you might know him, Ken Gar. Him and another comic buddy of mine who used to live out here, Nate Weatherup, and I'll never forget.
That's a funny last name.
Weatherup?
Weatherup.
You know he's a white guy. You even hit a black dude. What's your last name? Weatherup. You be like, nigga, please. You'll get I was on the plantation face. But I'll never forget, they came and saw me like maybe a couple days before I got released, and I couldn't talk. I still had the tube and everything inside to write on the whiteboard. And I'll never forget, they were like, you gonna get so much pussy. And I was like, how? I have a blowhole in my neck. I'm like a dolphin. I can't be on top of nobody. Like, how?
Yeah.
And so, like, it's been weird overall being single.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be. It sucks so bad because I've had a lot of stuff that's happened positively, and I want to have somebody to share it with.
Yeah.
I want to have somebody to be able to share with it. And I've had days where I just want to have somebody to just say, it's going to be fine.
Yeah, man.
I want to be able to reciprocate that as well.
Yeah.
So it sucks. But everyone's like, yo, how is it you single? I'm like, you tell me. I was like, I've done the dating app things, and I've deleted them. Not because they took up memory on my phone, because they took up memory in my brain that was like, this is not, I can't rock with this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hopefully it happens. When it happens, I won't force the issue.
Yeah.
There's going to be a woman out there for me that's going to come and just hopefully make me be like, yo, I can forget all the hurt I've been through too.
Oh, that's dope. That's the thing.
Because, like, we always hear that you can't fix a broken man. And there's also broken women. But sometimes you can. And it's not saying you have to put all of the pieces back together.
Right.
Just enough to where you can pick up the rest yourself and glue
man.
it back in.
It's I haven't been single in a very long time, so I understand to a certain extent. But for the single people, there are so many different ways to meet people and quality people. Like, I can say that I have been so beyond blessed and lucky with every woman I've been in a relationship with, because I've never met anything but great women. Like, I've jumped in and out of situations and relationships with amazing women. These women who are nurturers and professional and sweet and all of this stuff. And then I have the homies who got into relationships with girls that were just evil or vindictive and all of that stuff.
And that's the thing, like, I was married to my son's mom when I was younger. That didn't work out. It was crazy because it was like, when we were boyfriend and girlfriend, it was cool.
Of course.
We got married. It was like,
Who are you? What happened?
I could have saved this $35 we did at City Hall, and we could have went to Applebee's. Like,
$35.
Like, we could have went to Applebee's.
Yeah.
But, like, her and I had a falling out. And I was like, I got to a point for a while, I was like, I won't piss on fire to put you out. But that's how we were with each other. We had that.
Yeah.
My daughter's mom and I, that was the hardest one, because surprisingly, I was with her longer than I was with my wife before we broke up. And granted, there was a lot that went on. And that's been a thing, too. It's like, I want to move past this.
Yeah.
And so, they both were nurturers. They both were here. And it's like, look, I'm going to give you as long as you can give me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool, let's do this. I'm going to support your dreams. Look, whatever you need me to do, I can give you ideas. If this is what you want to do, hey, how about you going this route?
Yeah.
How about doing this? How about doing that?
Yeah.
That's me. Like, I'm going to make sure I support you in any way that I can. If I can't financially, fund your dreams, I can have ideas that'll say, hey, let's start here. Let's grassroot it and go that way. You know what I'm saying? And so, granted, those situations ended, and I've learned recently that things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
As much as I might have wanted, for my daughter's mom and I to be together, currently married, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
That may have not been in the stars. As much as I wanted it to be, it's not the case. So, you learn to move forward, and then you hope to meet someone who is on that. And then one of the things I've had the issue with out here, and I don't know why it seems to be me running into it, I've met a lot of women who were like, what can I do for your career? first and foremost. And I'm like, I don't give a shit about your career. I don't even want to talk about my career right now. I want to talk about me as the person. You know, like, yeah, our careers, what we're doing, as long as we're not sitting around and just waiting for a handout, that's fine. But I need to get to know you.
I think, well, for me, like, I'll take Tangerine for an example. Tangerine and I got together at a point where I knew where I ultimately needed to be, but I was still like, you know, and then one day I'll be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you don't have this clear-cut plan. You just have
So this
your
is what
intention.
should happen if it
Right.
goes this way, yeah.
And it was easier to be with a fellow dreamer because a fellow dreamer doesn't try to wake you up.
Yes.
So I think in you finding whoever you're going to find, make sure you remember that you are a dreamer and it's not for you to wake up.
Yeah.
Because as soon as somebody wakes you up, they're not the one for you anymore. But real quick, what happened with Collider? Why aren't you there anymore? And then tell me what we have coming up.
Well, I'm still with Clayton in a sense. I'm still doing movie talk right now. I've done Heroes with them. I'll do Collider Sports Time. I talk on there with them. Did a couple things. So, like, they've had me for a while. I was doing other networks that stopped using me. It just was like, oh, and I literally told them, I was like, oh, it's this whole, you can only have one black guy at a time. Or if you got one black guy, one black woman, you're done. Your quota's filled up.
Yeah.
And people are like, that's not true. And I'm like, yes, it is.
Yeah.
I remember, again, when Black Panther came out, I went on a tweet, social media rampage, in a sense, about having black men and women cover this film.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, there are freaking 10 other months in the year. There are another 51 weekends or 50 weekends, however long this is going to matter. Let us have this. Let us have this. And then I remember somebody was like, yo, are you trying to do this just for you? I said, no. I said, listen, if I take the hit on this, I'm fine. As long as it means other people have these opportunities afterwards. And again, it happened. It happened. People got opportunities from that. Granted, like I said, I'm not with a certain company no more.
Yeah.
And certain things didn't happen. And you know what? For a minute it hurt, but I saw what I was able to do.
Yeah.
I saw that I was able to open up the door for other people, you know, unofficially. They got it. Some people were like, yeah, I don't know. All of a sudden I got a call about this. And I was like, I did read this. And I was like, yeah. I didn't care about me. Granted, yes, would I love to have done some stuff? Absolutely. But at the same time, I was in the hospital almost dead.
It was almost there. Almost up out
dead.
there.
So, but I'd rather some people let people know, listen.
Yeah.
In this nerd world, there are a lot of black men, because people always go people of color.
Right.
I have no problem with that. But there are black men and women who are journalists, who are nerds, who know this stuff, who can report on it, who can write on it, who can interview, who can do all these different things. But you feel like, oh, it's not right to give it this. Listen, if you're going to give us anything, give us that.
Yeah.
You got 50 other weekends in a year.
Oh.
You got 1 million other movies that come out per year.
You ain't lying.
Give us that.
Give us that.
Give us that.
So then it becomes, first of all, I feel like you and I should do a movie review, like regular thing as well, like series, because I truly enjoy having conversations with you about this stuff because you get it, and it's just, we'll talk. Anyway, how can we find you? What's coming up?
So basically, when is this coming out?
I don't know.
Okay, so
I shouldn't even say what you got coming up. I should be like, hey, man, how can we find you, man?
How can we find you? Twitter, when is it coming out? The hell if I know.
Hey, man, shit.
But Twitter, Instagram at Mr. J Washington, MRJAY. You should know how to spell Washington. You did the same thing when I said it on the podcast.
This is so funny. You should know how to spell Washington.
Because some people be like, is it spelled this way? You be like, I hate everything you
like,
stand.
how do you misspell Washington?
How do you live in life misspelling? It's on a dollar bill.
It's on a dollar bill.
My YouTube page, youtube.com/JAY Washington 80, and the Mad Titan podcast. You can get it everywhere you get podcasts from. I get you caught up on everything that's happening in the Marvel and DC live action and cinematic universes. I say it is barbershop talk for nerds, so you might want to come on in this convo.
Come on in the convo. Thank you so much for coming and
Thank you
kicking,
for having
Clayton,
me, bro.
man. Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Washington. You should know how to spell Washington. Hit it.
I was thinking the same thing, that you guys should do a podcast with reviews.
Dog.
This nigga's the best.